Can you talk to us a little bit about how to manage crisis from a communication side?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that one of the main things to know is that a crisis really typically always is brewing
Yeah.
somewhere
Right.
because it isn't necessarily anything you do, but it could be someone you worked with or someone who partnered with you or a donor who made a large gift that you find out committed fraud or we've had one client who that one of their crises was that they had attended a job fair at a location that ended up having a youth mental health crisis and death by suicide. And someone found a post on their social media and shared it and said, and implicated them in this. So, I mean, honestly, when I say a crisis is brewing, it's not just because I'm a negative Nancy and want to sell a product. Really, I don't. I genuinely want to strengthen organizations. And so the first thing to know is that a crisis is happening and be watching for what those crises could be. The other thing is to have and I would say in tandem, is to have a crisis communications plan in hand that your board understands and that your staff team understands. Because should a crisis happen like that, the last thing you want is to not have a plan and know what to do next or what to say. But a good crisis plan has really solid holding statements, has like a chain of command, a crisis team. And so when we create those for an organization, we'll also do then a training session. We'll give a cheat sheet to the board.
Yeah.
Another example is you have a board member. This is very common. Board member out playing golf, and his buddy says, "Hey, I heard about such and such that happened at
Yeah.
your organization. Like, what's going on? What are you guys
Yeah.
going to do about it?" And they say, "Oh, I don't know. I never heard about that." And then the next thing you know, there's negative talk, whether it hits the news or not. You don't want somebody sharing that, yeah, their board is totally out of touch. They didn't even know that this had happened with this guy. And like, that's the last thing you need. So having that plan in place, trained, your board trained and your staff trained, and letting your insurance company know that you have this in place may actually get you a discount. So if you think about it, it reduces your risk, right? Um, and then the next stage would be monitoring for a crisis. So we offer that to our clients where we have an online service that is pretty robust that we're able to keep monitoring for crises. And then it would be building your reputation proactively. So, is the first thing that someone finds when they look for you the crisis that happened 5 years ago? Or is the first thing that they find 18 different pieces of information, videos of your CEO that show that they're trustworthy,
Yeah. Yeah.
and maybe that one disgruntled person is not. So
That's
there's a lot.
yeah, there's a lot. Wow. Thank you. That was I don't think most organizations or charities, even their boards, would be thinking at that depth. So
No, and
yeah.
and if you are on a board
Hmm.
and something happens to your CEO, you
Yeah.
are now the spokesperson. And
Yeah.
Dave, if I tell you that, do you have a holding statement for any of the boards that you are on that you would say to the media? Because if you say no comment, it makes you look guilty.
Yeah.
Um,
That's right.
do you know what to do if they try to trick you into saying, like, how comfortable are you if CBC called today and said, did you know that this board that you're on, that there's been a financial scandal? Do you know what to do? And it's actually not hard work. It just is intentional work. So yeah.
I tell them to phone Ellen.
Yeah.
Um,
But you know what? I actually can't help if you haven't done the work in some
no,
ways, or it's
exactly.
going to be really, really expensive for me to help
That's right.
because you're not prepared. But if we're prepared, it's a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, it's a lot less expensive if you're prepared.
Wise counsel. Thank you. That's great. So I'm going to encourage anyone who's listening, call Ellen and talk to her about what your crisis communication plan is, because that's vital for any board these days, for sure, especially in the charitable sector.